Hey, I'm just throwing this very quickly at the start of the video because it's one of the coolest things I've ever done, and that is maxing all three of my ults. At the same time, they all had around like 10 plus 99s all around the same time, and this is one of the coolest spams I've ever seen, let alone be the person responsible of it. And yeah, there's one account max, there's another account max. This took a lot of prep. At this point, I forgot farming on one of the accounts, and I got that last minute. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this at the start of the video. One of the coolest things I have ever done is had that amount of spam. So, appreciate the rest of the video. Bye. Hello and welcome. So today is gonna be probably one of the easiest videos I could do, and probably the least edited video that will ever appear on this channel. Except if I do this again in the future. But I'm gonna go through all my accounts, go through their bank, their stats, the progress I've made this year. Just essentially end of year video, kind of reviewing my accounts and kind of letting you know what's going on next. So this is gonna be bank and progress video. Should be fairly short and straightforward, but let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off, I have 3 different ults and 1 main. I'll be going through it in that order. So starting off is going to be my main ult, which is FSW Tiger. This is one of my ults I created like literally within the last year, essentially. And this account's now maxed. These accounts are a little bit over a year old, but essentially all 3 of my ults got maxed in about a year. So that's been my heavy focus this year. So this account's my main one. It's got 120 DG, 120 Herblore, defense, HP, attack, summoning, archaeology, invention, and some others. This was again created on Fresh Start World, so I have some of the inverted capes. All my ults also have primal from Dungeoneering. But let's get into the bank a little bit. So my total XP on this account is 1.5 bill XP. I have 226 quest points. They're not completely maxed out total level, but they'll get there. But Necromancy came out this year. All of them are max with it. So yeah, getting into the bank. My ults banks are extraordinarily messy compared to my main, so I'm just gonna kind of briefly go through these. Lots of necromancy shit, lots of stuff from Zamrock because I AFK'd that quite a bit. Just a lot of junk in general here. There's the max cape I bought, some Christmas goodies and whatnot. Alright, this is my necromancy tab. This account needs a few more upgrades. Right now all the weapons I think are about tier 80. I haven't done 90 or anything on them. I did get a blueberry special roll on this account, and you'll see how many rolls I've had in total at the end for an HSR, but I keep all the blueberry specials that I get so I can see how many times I failed it. But this account's pretty well off. Lots of necromancy stuff. Next tab, just random skilling stuff. Nothing crazy here, just some extra inverted 99 capes. Also, I'm kind of sick, so if you hear anything in my voice, my bad. But next tab, archaeology stuff. Nothing too important here or worthwhile talking about. All the accounts have Incando Matic because it's just worth it on these accounts. This one's 120, the other ones I think are like 99 or higher at least, obviously, because they're maxed. This is just some random loot. I have probably close to 400-500 million in troves here. That's unopened. Each one of these is worth almost 600k if I remember correctly, so I'm almost at 1,000 here. It's one of my AFK activities. Just random gear and equipment. You gotta have Bone Crusher. I haven't done enough Slayer on my ults to have the tool belts unlocked, so nothing too crazy here. All the accounts have several unlocks, and you'll see that going through it. All of them have the Dwarven Cannon unlocked. I also invested into getting Magma Tempest unlocked on all the accounts back when Magic was the meta for everything, and then Greater Conch. That didn't age well with Necromancy coming out, because I could kind of do everything in Necromancy now without investing the amount of money I did. Also, Greater Chain is unlocked on all the accounts. So those are all things I probably wouldn't do now just because Necromancy is kind of too good. This is our main gear tab. I did get the Igneous Kalzuk cape. on all my accounts. This was part of my 10 hours of normal mode and then 10 hours of hard mode videos. Masterwork, this account has Reaver's Ring, just chaotics for some range weapon, just basic gear to get me through for all the other styles. Nothing too big. Staff of Sliske, dual wield magic, some extra weapons, chaotic, offhand, and Vesta. This is what I use during Fresh Start Worlds. It's just very cheap, very solid option, and the offhand dragon the chaotic claw just looks amazing. It's probably one of my favorite looking weapons in the game. And this is where it gets more expensive. Staff of Sliske, Inquisitor Staff, full crit bloom, Essence of Finality on discounts. Cinder Banes, Blast Fusion Boots, Zuriel for power gear, just some random blood necklaces for AFKing. But yeah, pretty straightforward here. This is just enough gear to get me across the line for about any content. Any of my ults can do any content in the game. Maybe not as fast as my main, but it'll get me through. Supply tab, you'll see a trend through this. Lots of sharks. My main just has a lot of sharks, so I just gave some to my ults. But yeah, this account's got 120 herb, so it should have more overloads than what's here. There they are. So this account's pretty much set for supplies going forward. Again, kind of messy, but yeah, this is just my supply tab. This is my dungeoneering tab from doing dunge. Lots of cards and whatnot. Probably won't be doing anything with this, but with all these boosted cards. Next, Clue Scrolls. And the livid plants. This count, I actually think this count does have lunars unlocked, but I'm just gonna save all these because eventually I'll probably unlock Disruption Shield with livid plants. But I actually don't have any plans to ever do Clue Scrolls on my ults, so this is just gonna exist. But yeah, just clues. Next is just perks, invention gear, and stuff. Most of my accounts have pretty okay perks, not the best by any means, but just enough to get by, but that's what that is. And then farming tab. Farming's been something I pretty much do as a daily going forward, so because 120 farming wouldn't be a bad goal. And then I've spent some money on some cosmetic stuff like the Wraith Walks and whatnot, but this account is currently worth 3.7 bill, probably closer to 4 bill with the Bic Trove 3s that I have in this account. But yeah, so not too bad. About 4 bill bank probably, or you could just take this as face value. Lots of gear and untradables, but I still have like 1.8 bill in liquidatable funds on this account. And a lot of that's probably some in this tab, and probably hard to say where all my wealth is actually on this account. It's got the offhand for woodcutting, but yeah, I'd have to go back through it to find out exactly where the wealth's at. But this account's essentially set to do whatever I need it to. Again, that's 1.8 bill in tradable, and then probably close to 4 bill overall on this account. So not too shabby. Again, my biggest thing on my other alts as well as I go through is they're all max now, and they have the Scape. So let's see account number 2. All right, account number 2. This one should have more money than the other. This account doesn't have nearly as many 120 as the other one. 200 mil dungeoneering. The other account also had 200 mil dungeoneering. And this account's sitting at 867 million XP. This is probably my third most played alt. This one seems slightly more organized, but not quite. So runes, Dwarven Cannon, some stuff I need to sell in general. I don't know why I have this hood here. Just some random gear. Again, all my ults are really messy. Scape, I'll go ahead and move that to the PVM tab. We have the max cape here that this account got. A bunch of holiday stuff, some shards that I buy within GE for 24 and then sell to a shop for 25. Tab 1, necromancy stuff, and for whatever reason, some random gear. And this account also, I guess, has a orange Halloween, which I actually didn't know that. Some magic logs. This is loot from Abbey Demons, because this is where I train all the accounts, is killing Abbey Demons. Also has an Omni Guard, which I wasn't aware it had either, to be honest. So that's interesting. So this count again, some of my accounts just have like random wealth I wasn't aware of. That's how much money in Ecto is that? That's quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah, almost 500 mil on just ectoplasm. Like there's 1.1 bill there. So yep, some random stuff in this tab in general that shouldn't be in here, but I won't go through cleaning it. This is just random loot. This account has a lot of Bics as well. So this is probably close to like 750 mil in Bic troves here, which won't be counted on the price check. Dungeoneering, skilling, junk tab here. Nothing really to show off, just clue scrolls I will never do. Dungeoneering tokens I probably won't use anymore. And then all the accounts are also Premier membership, so they just have that. So I'm not seeing anything worthwhile here. Talk about livid plants as well, like just storing those up till eventually I can use them. Just random PVM prep gear, Elven, Crystal, Bone Crusher, Imp, Charming Imp, Spring Cleaner. Yeah, pretty straightforward here. PVM tab, you're gonna see a lot of similar gear between all the accounts. So Inquisitor Staff, this one actually has chroming. Staff Sliske, just melee gear to get me by. And then Crit Bloom, all the accounts have full Crit Bloom. Jazz Book, Cinderbanes, just some melee gear. And then Dragonbane 2H, because Frost Dragons are actually pretty good. And then some stuff from Training Invention on this account. More Crit Bloom, all the accounts have at least one Essence of Finality, Staff Sliske, Blessed Diffusion Boots, Scripture of Wind, Mechanized Siphon that I will no longer need on these accounts, because I think all of them are 120 or getting there. Decimation's my go-to range weapon for all the accounts, because it's super cheap and does what it needs to. I did have the combined version, but with Necromancy coming out, it turned hardened, so I just have the single forms right now. This count has my next two, like this count and the next one. I haven't done Necromancy killing yet, so I'll get to it eventually. And then Serenic, Blowpipe, some just budget gear, just fun to play with. Archaeology tab, nothing really to call out here. That I could probably move. Spring horns, darts, Kando, and just some other archaeology bits and bobs. Protein tabs, lots of proteins. Proteins are busted for maxing. I don't think I would have maxed it all in a year if it wasn't for proteins. Not with how I was playing anyways. I've maxed an iron in less than a year. But supplies, I got some igneous stones that I'll use for the necromancy cape. Just pretty basic stuff. All this stuff does actually add up to quite a bit, but nothing too crazy in here in general. Just 20,000 sharks. Just random loot, crystals. Actually, probably a little bit of money if I converted, but haven't. Crystal shapeshifters is something I've tried to AFK and see what the GP an hour was. This was my invention tab. Also, another thing I could probably go over is, do I have any crazy perks? Nah, not in this one. And then nothing too crazy, I imagine. I've got some Illajunkin components from scavenging. So this account's gotten pretty lucky with those actually. And then farming tab. All the accounts are going to have farming stuff related. Typically do player-owned farms once a day or when I'm playing actively anyways. And then Golden Roses runs I'll do as well. So this account I actually expect to be worth quite a bit. So this account is worth 5.6 bill. And I actually think this account's probably closer worth to 6 bill with the troves, because that doesn't include in wealth. So yeah, this account's worth quite a bit. I mean, there's like there's probably almost 2 bill in my inventory right here, unironically, because the troves are actually worth quite a bit. That's the end of this one. So 6 bill roughly on this account with the Bix, and then 867 million total XP. So time to go to the next one. All right, so this is my third Fresh Start World account. What are these doing in here? Let's just go ahead and destroy these. This is gonna tilt some people. I just generally don't collect pets on my alts. It's meaningless to me, so I've destroyed lots and lots and lots of pets. Lots of troves on this account. The interface is a little bit different. Pretty similar layout. All of my accounts have this offhand woodcutting item, which is interesting. I didn't know all of them had it, actually. I invested a lot into my alts this year, to the point where I don't think I'm going to invest anything else in them. But runes, random drops, nothing too crazy here. 99 woodcutting, and I actually didn't get them Kando hatchet, which is kind of sad. Lots of pure essence. This is mainly from AFKing Abbey Demons. All of my accounts have killed lots of Abbey Demons, actually. Lots of holiday junk items, which I really hate that these are included in the loot because it just fills up the bank. Yep, nothing too crazy there. A Necromancy tab. Again, lots of ectoplasm on all the accounts. Mainly one to like, I want to say like 105 on all these accounts was doing some greater plasms, either greater necroplasm or lesser. And just I made like a fortune for my alt AFK necromancer towards the start. They've all got enough plates as well to make all the gear that they need. These accounts are just very well off. I just need to go and upgrade their weapons and armor at some point. This is like my go-to AFK tab. Just lots of random loots, some leftover logs from getting 99 fire making on all the accounts. Dungeoneering tab on this account. This is actually the only account that is not 120. This one is 100 dungeoneering. But this account has 108 million mining XP. It got 120 on Fresh Start Worlds, hence the inverted mining cape. But yeah, this account's also maxed. 765 million total XP on this account. And again, all these accounts are like less than 2 years old. They're closer to 1 year old than 2 years old. So yeah, pretty junkish tab here. Charms and random other shenanigans. I don't really need to worry about any summoning supplies because it's 99. Some other random loot and other PVM related items. Lots of crystals that I need to convert into GP at some point. Stacks, shards, etc. Similar to my other accounts. Again, this account also had a Zut cape. Haven't done necromancy on it. Very, very similar gear to my last account. I'm not going to call out anything specific, but it's literally almost identical. They all run the exact same gear. That's very cost effective. Except for the Staphis this guy. This is not cost effective. Not really worth getting at all. But it's a fun item for me because I think it looks really nice. PVM supplies. I did make a lot of overloads before Necromancer was released on my alts, so these accounts should be good to go for at least a while. I wanted to do that before they added the extra potion into it, so these accounts should be very well off. This is not organized at all though. So archaeology, nothing really to call it here. Also farming is also included on this tab. Looks like just 22 golden roses. All my accounts have like some sort of hidden wealth. Oh, also all the accounts have Grace of Alps unlocked on it, so I have invested probably like I'd say at least 3 to 5 bill in each of my accounts. Protein tab, invention tab. I don't think there's anything too big to call out here. And then some extra farming stuff. I'm gonna take a quick look at components, see if there's any interesting. Like I have 12 Noxus components on this account. I've never disassembled a Noxus weapon, so this account and scavenging has like pretty crazy luck. Let's actually look at the kill count in this account. I don't know how to do that on Legacy. Actually, let's go here, beasts, slayer creatures. actually have one that I need to prestige. So, but Abbey Demons are my go-to to AFK, along with Dark Beasts. So, but yeah, this count, again, 765 million XP, and this count is worth 4.1 bill. I'd say it's probably like quite a bit higher than that once I open these, but I don't know why I'm saving these. I'm probably just gonna get to 2k and then open them up. This count's probably close to 4.5 to 4.75. This is about 750 mil worth of big troves. So worth quite a bit. I'm gonna say comfortably 4.75. So 4 bill, 750 mil on this count. Now to get to my main. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Before I go to my main, I want to check my Ironman. My Ironman hasn't got love for 262 days. So as soon as I made my other accounts, because this lines up to exactly when I made my other accounts, I haven't played my Ironman since. He's not even a member, but I'm still curious how much he's worth. So let's see what free to play is like, and just kind of see where this account's at. Oh my god, welcome back. Oh my god, this interface is garbage. Okay, so this is my Ironman that has not been played for a very long time. This account is indeed maxed. 716 million XP. Oh, I say maxed. I haven't played it since Necromancers came out, but it's 120 Arc, Invention, 99 Dungeoneering. Very well off accounts. But I'm curious what his bank looks like. Wow, I have no bank space. Great. Wow, my Ironman's bank's actually like really clean and well organized. I love looking at my Ironman's account actually. So let's go through this. Runes, a lot of runes, tabs, lots of food, soft clay for whatever reason. Yeah, I kind of love looking at my Ironman's bank actually. It's just super satisfying. Like random skilling stuff, golden roses, some stuff from Zamrock. Encounter, max Scape. Let's go into charms. Lots of charms actually. Holy smokes. This is a lot of charms. Leather. This account's really nice to look. I actually organized the crap out of this. Offhand, this account has done a bit of Croceus. It's actually what I learned Croceus on. Did it before my main because I was taking a break from main on this point. So lots of energy, lots of logs. Lots and lots of logs actually, if you take into account that these are either drops or woodcutted. So teaks, yeah, it's a pretty healthy looking Ironman. Farming tab, lots of seeds, proms. Yeah, man, this is just nice to look at again. Yeah, I don't see any huge things here, just the seeds in general. I remember spending ages trying to get some supplies for the dinosaurs and whatnot. See, potions. Yeah, I actually use prior potions as count. Main and everything else, I just use super restores everywhere. So plenty of herbs. Lots and lots of herbs, secondaries. Lots of red spider eggs. Pretty sure this is just AFKing Vires for a very long time. Or doing Croceus. Yeah, this counts in a lot of Croceus. That's where all the limp brutes came from. That's probably where all three of those came from. Yeah. I don't know what my overload supplies look like on this count. They're reasonable, but looks like there's room for improvement. Man, it kind of makes me want to play my Iron Man again. Not gonna lie. This looks like the PVM tab on Slayer stuff. So this count has 1 Essence of Finality, Souls, and Reaper. Reaper necklace. I actually have 2. So I'm assuming I was prepping to make another Essence of Finality. Dwarven Ring. Yeah, it's pretty set here. This count hasn't done Zuck at all, so I think it just has the 3 Kiln Capes. I remember doing Kiln or Zuck on release on this count. It did not go well. It was rather rough. I use Void in a lot of places. I do have an Inquisitor staff on this count. Do have Dual Magic, which I didn't even know I had that, to be honest. Crit Bloom. I actually have almost full Crit Bloom other than the boots on this count, so again, magic based for sure. Pretty set on this count. I use Skeletal for the longest time. Superior Skeletal. Carol's mix. I think this is my best range gear right now is this setup. It's Runic actually. Armadillo, Spined. Masterwork. Some Dragonfire shields for whatever reason. And some holiday stuff. Honestly, this counts. Kind of makes me want to play it a little bit. Nox, I think this is my only Nox weapon actually on the whole account. I remember going extraordinarily dry on getting Nox weapon, so let's go to this one. Just typical archaeology stuff. Madoka Time and Space. I don't think I've even done a full Tetra on this count for a long time. Let's go next. This is Loot Drop. This is pretty well organized, to be honest. I don't even know what these are used for, if I'm being fair. Oh, I have 2 extra Dragonmatics on this count. Some crafting stuff, some bones. This would be pretty useful for Necro. Bolts, Alkables, KQ head, overloads. Lots of Alkables. More Alkables. Lots and lots of Alkables. Bic stuff, or Anima stuff. Some Troves. Some Pernix Quivers. I have 2 Blueberry specials on this account. That's kind of rough. I think this is more like a trophy tab. So I only have 1 Spider Leg. I've only had the Fang. I'll look at the KC later, but I'm really dry on legs if I remember right. Yeah, some trophy stuff. Chest. Some Revenant drops. Some Barrows drop. Some stuff for an extra Barrows or Slayer Helm if I wanted to. Seerdom and Hilt. Some Ceremonial from Nex. That was the original goal of this whole account, was to solo Nex and get a drop, and that's what I did on it, so I kind of lost motivation after that point. Let's go to clues. Ironman, you actually have to have a bunch of clue requirement items, and I haven't stored them in the stash unit yet. So yeah, that's what this is. I don't like doing clues in general, so it doesn't surprise me that there's not. Actually surprised me I even have 1 Globe Trouter item on this account. But yeah, this account's actually kind of makes me miss Ironman a little bit. Mining, I think this is just like general processing, smithing, mining. Lots of uncuts. These are almost all from doing Croceus, I'm pretty sure. It's honestly a lot of onyxes. I can't even tell you where I got all these. Probably from Croceus as well, or some other source. That's actually quite a bit of onyxes. Or it could have been Zamrock as well. Lots of stone. Yeah. No, this is just nice to look at. This is very well organized. I don't even know if my mains as organized this count. Invention supplies and related items. I don't even know how the components look on this count with scavenging. Yeah, this count hasn't got super lucky at all with items related to that, so yeah, it's kind of a shame this count doesn't get played on at all, because it's a pretty nice count. But yeah, lots of invention stuff. I think this is like daily slash extra skilling stuff. I did make, I don't even know if I have a single rune pouch on this count. Rune pouch. Oh, okay. I have 2, if not 3. I have 3. So I've done plenty of rune crafting on this count. But there's always room to have more rune pouches. So yep, so that's that skilling tab. And I think this last one's just junk. Some stuff for tasks. I think 100 virus is a task. And then some fletching supplies. So my guess is this account used to have like 3 to maybe this account actually, before I quit playing it, was wealthier than my main. I'm not even joking, this account had more wealth. Yeah, it's actually almost 6.5 bill. It's like all of it's in augmented gear though, and untradables. So like this tab's worth a lot. Yeah, I remember this account being worth quite a bit and quite a different things. Also has plenty of supplies in its archaeology container. But yeah, so I'm gonna say 6.5 bill on my Ironman, which isn't the wealthiest by any means, but for me not playing it and where it kind of stopped, this is nice. I also do want to go into the KCs on this count. So let's go into boss kills. Haven't done any ambi on this count. 234 Raxor, and I only have 1 full weapon. Lots of AFK Archglacior, Barrow, or lots of raids. I'd say lots of, but I'm pretty sure I have everything unlocked. I need to from raids. Some rots. 612 Croceus. No other huge grinds, I think. I think Croceus, Hellwear were my 2 biggest grinds. This counts 1 Necromancer, so it hasn't done any of the new content yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other like big callouts here. No Virago, nothing like that. I thought I did Zamrock in this count, but it looks like I haven't, so. But yeah, I'm trying, let's see, any callouts for here. Nah, it's pretty basic, nothing huge here, but. So this is my Ironman though. It's a pretty well off one. Too bad I don't play it and I haven't played it for over a year. It was worth over 10 bill in wealth, but a lot of the items have gone down since Necromancy came out. Time for my main actually this time. Get out of this free-to-play world, which I don't know if these are bots or these are actually just cute noobs. But alright, time to the main. Alright, on the main we are. This is my wow, they actually changed that to this is my main, Tigerfang. This is a 200 mil all accounts. Essentially done everything on this account. There's very few things I haven't done. It's been completion escape before. I don't maintain it because I just can't be bothered. But yeah, let's get into this one. Alright, starting off, lots of runes on this account. I eventually do want to have stacks of like 1 million of each. I think that'd be cool. But and then teleports following that. That's kind of how I structure. And then this is where we get into kind of junk territory. Like I have no idea why this exists here or this exists here. Some other loot. My hooded max cape, which I haven't really worn at all because I think it looks better now that you can customize the colors, but I haven't really played with it. Calquats, some seeds, some drops in general. And this might be kind of like a spoiler. So I'm currently working on a video, so there is going to be 1 tab I am going to skip over. But for this is just a small teaser of what that'll look like. But I am working on a really long video. I guess if you're watching this one, I'll reward you and just kind of give you a teaser on it. You can kind of guess it from this. This is my ancient casket video tab. Lots of stuff that needs to be repaired in this. This is every single damaged artifact in the game, essentially. Lots of clue scrolls I need to do. I'll touch on that again later. But that's what this tab is. It's just I have a tab dedicated to keeping track of some loot. I've already done the video. I'm just finishing up the edits, so it'll come out shortly after this one. This is my necromancy tab. This was actually the tab I prepped with. So we have the gear that I started off with my augmented tier 80 hybrid gear. I use that for the whole start. Some wise. This is essentially all necromancy prep. But I had a lot of stuff that didn't get used at all as well. But when I was racing at the start, this is essentially everything that I utilized. Nothing huge here. Lots of leftover bits and bobs that could probably be sold for a bit. Lots of just, yeah, this is all just necromancy and everything necromancy. I got my full gear for first necromancer down here. Completely maxed out, completely perked. All the tier 95 gear. Some gown stuff. Yeah, I don't think anything else is pretty big here. Just gear, necromancy. Yeah, setup. This is my archaeology tab. Lots of porters, lots of energies. Just skilling stuff in general. This was my Croceus setup essentially. Measurer, pickaxe, Song of Earth, Torgens, core hammer, fishing rod, magic, all the stuff you need for best in slot Croceus, along with some of the soups for solos, and then the things I actually use to farm tetras for that collection log anyways. So yeah, nothing really big here, just some leftover junk in here as well. This is my supplies. I got plenty of overloads. You'll see a lot more somewhere else as well, because I did 200 mil Herbler before even Elder Potions exist, so yeah, I originally spent like probably 10 bill or something like that on Herbler way back when, like 10 years ago or whatever. So I'm set on supplies. I have over 100k green blubbers. These were all bought for 150 GP each. I'm not even joking, so that was a good investment. And these were also bought for like 101 GP each. So these are just my go-to for food if I don't need high level food. So eating is essentially free because blue blubbers are really expensive. Sailfish is mildly high, but not too bad. But if you compare these two, it's pretty small. So I don't mind just using cheaper food. I also have a bunch of sharks. I had over 10k, but sharks is what I give my olds. These were also bought for, I want to say like 200 or 300 GP each. Just kind of bought them and kept them over a very long period of time. Vitality potions, nothing really huge here. Just refreshes, spirit weeds, some lucky charms, some enhancement drops, some spring cleaner stuff, lots of magic note paper. I eventually want to get 1 million magic note paper just because I think it's cool. Dwarven barrel challenges, sticky bombs. Yeah, Vuln bombs. I could always buy more Vuln bombs, but they're always so expensive most of the time, so I don't buy a large stock of those because they fluctuate a lot. Combat dummies, 1 pet, 2 pet, 3 pets. I'm gonna keep these in my bank till I want to claim them all. But yeah, this is just a supply tab. This is my generic armor tab, things I just don't use but have niche uses, like arcane, blood necklace. Sometimes that's pretty good to have. Obsidian armor if I'm doing a specific set of content. Good for Zach, but also I've done like from scratch stuff for fun, and this is gear that I use. Dragon Rider amulet, just cheap. 2 demon horn necklaces. Again, I played this game for a very long time, so I have 2 because way back when you could have placeholders, so you just bought 2 of the same thing, so you'd always have a placeholder and organize your bank. Cannonballs, all the upgraded coil related items, or cannon related items. My raids gear, I haven't done raids for a very long time, so I don't have full acto. I don't really think it's required it for anywhere anymore, so it's just my remnants of when I used to do quite a bit of raids. Void, for nostalgic reasons, it used to be best in slot before invention. It's still very solid, but as soon as you can get invention, all this stuff becomes redundant. Sun Spear, some scrimshaws. I don't think I have anything that's too crazy here. Yeah, just like random gear that has some random niche uses that I could probably get rid of, but just don't. Also light tea for resetting aggro. My next tab's my big PVM tab, armor-wise. Essence of Finalities, some spec weapons, every ring that I currently use. Lots of Grasping Rune pouches, Grim, just book slot items. I have all of them. I do have the Bic page, or Bic book in another tab, if I didn't show it already. Tectonic, Crypt Bloom, Fractured Staff of Armadale, Sea Singers, main hand and off hand. I don't have the tier 92 wand and orb, just because I don't think it's worth it. Right now they're at the lowest price ever, so I've thought about buying them, but these are so good for what they are, and I can do every single content with them. And right now I'm not even using magic, so eventually I'll probably upgrade these, but it's just not worth it right now. Another Essence Finality. This one has Dark Bow. This one has the Armadale Battle Staff, which slightly did content now. And this one has the Gothic Staff, so this is the one that I switch. This used to be best of slot with Fractured Staff of Armadale. Now it's kind of okay, but like it's just better just to use Gothic Staff. Bow of Last Guardian. Haven't used it a single time. Augmented Searing Godbow. Haven't used it a single time. Some range gear that I had just to get me by before I had the Bow of the Last Guardian. This is just stuff you can kind of do any boss in the game with. Serenic, cheap, Death Touch bracelets, boots, that I just made. I think I made these for like literally less than 2 mil when I made them because they're not really worth anything. So these just kind of exist. Some random items that have some uses. This I used to use as a chroming switch for tagging on ED1. Armor spikes, weapon switches. This is where it gets best in slot for melee. So that's the tier 95. Zuck Sword, Scythe, Lanica Spear. The Abyssal Scourge? Yeah. Both Langs, Jaws of the Abyss. For full vestments. Am I missing a piece? Nah, I don't think so. Just kind of junk gear that I don't use anymore. Battle Staff, Recreation Boots, TDs related items. You'll see this account has done a lot of AFK TDs, and that's from that. And then the Zuck cape. So this is a large amount of wealth, essentially best in slot for everything. I think there's some minor upgrades, but this is essentially all you need for PVM that you could ask for. This is my Charms tab. I've had stacks of over 200k of each of these at one point, and then I dropped them for whatever reason, and I don't know what I did. But yeah, plenty of charms. I'm 200 mil, so all this is pointless. This is just how I organize my summoning familiars. Rest in peace, Unicorn. The bunyip's like better than the unicorn if you're gonna ever use it, but this is sat in my bank for, I shit you not, for probably like 10 years as well. Just hasn't been touched. So lots of spirit gems and whatnot that also won't be used. Alright, now for loot tab. This is pretty messy. Just a small stack of Wilderness Slayer chests. Some rewards from the Wildy events. Some placeholders from Araxor, Signet, Raptor key pieces. Some keys. I do have a lot more keys, and I think one of these was, I think my crystal keys were on one of my ult. I have like 50k on one of my accounts. So yeah, nothing huge to call out here, just a generic loot tab. Nothing too huge, I don't do a whole lot of PVM on this account. Alright, next is the Herbler tab. This isn't the final supplies or anything, because most of those were in this tab, but this will have my 8.2k overloads. I think I have some Supreme Potions in here as well. Only 319, but I think I'm good on overloads for a while. I'll have to add Necromancy to the combination here. That's perfect plus potions. And this is just kind of my tab to keep track of all the other ones when they're not full. So that's what this tab's for. Haven't really made potions for a little bit. Just no real need. So that is this bank. Or this tab. Next is my clue scroll tab. I have some stuff for master clue steps there, if I remember correctly. My Bic book here, some pages that I refuse to even buy anymore because they're just cost so much. I have a lot of clue scrolls. I think combined with some that are already in the tab, I'm sitting almost at 2,000 elites, 500 masters. And that will be a future video as well. But yeah, I don't like doing clue scrolls, so when I get into it, I want to just get into it. I don't even have full globe trouter, so that's going to be something I'll work on. But yeah, this is just my clue scroll tab. I think the last, oh no, I've got a few more. Farming tab, just lots of checked POF things, lots of unchecked. Just kind of a mess of everything farming related. I used to do farm runs quite a bit. But yeah, I do not do them anymore. So some junk. But yeah, just farming related, lots of golden roses. Next is some invention stuff. Nothing too huge here. Separators. Yeah, just generic invention required items. Next is kind of like my junk tab, also my collection tab, all in one. So golden party hat, halo returning that I got myself, 2 of my remaining challenger halos that I got, purple Halloween that I got myself, orange Halloween that I got myself, green Santas that I got myself. I used to have a red Santa hat, I sold it. I kind of want to do a series maybe on getting rares, but capes, useless, have them. 10 million trading sticks. I've had this collection for years. I love it. It's one of my few items I will never sell my whole bank. Same vials will never sell. Power burst vials, I kind of want to get up to 10 million as well. Energy potions, I bought these for 2 GP each, and they've forever sat in my bank. 4 blueberry specials. I think between all my accounts I'm at like 7 rolls in total for HSR. So once I get to 10, I can start complaining I'm dry. Dragonstone Reeves, just junk. Premier token, junk. Barrels of Monkeys, one of my more favorable items to collect. Just randomly stopped collecting them, but I kind of want to go back to start collecting them. I bought most of these for like 2k each. Lots of dust. Prawn crackers. Just like a lot of random like shit that no one actually needs in their bank anymore. Like water balloons, sugar skulls. Just just a bunch of junk here. There's a lot of like neat random stuff in here that just completely pointless. Like this unstable essence, never gonna use this ever. I should drop it, but like part of me just can't. But that's what I partly used for 200 mil rune crafting. Protein stuff, boost stuff, just a lot of stuff I just won't use anymore, like double XP, variety packs. This is where it gets more into like weird holiday / token items. So some of these are worth something, some of them aren't. But I just keep all of them because I know I'm gonna get them again in the future, and they just really clutter up the bank if you don't just have somewhere to put them. So some of these are worth something, but not all of them. Some dancing, Santa outfits, more tokens, some other bits and bobs, like lots of holiday food, lots of tokens, tokens. Yeah, so that's this count. So this is my Bane. This one is definitely going to be worth more than all the others, so let's go ahead and look at that. So this count's sitting at 29.1 bill. I actually thought this was at 36 bill, so it's kind of crazy to me that it's dropped that much. But yeah, 29.1 bill on this count. I'd say that's pretty accurate. So again, this count is 5.8 bill XP. I'm gonna go into some of the bossing stuff on this count. I'm gonna first do Slayer Creatures. This count's done some pretty gnarly KCs. I'm currently working on 16 prestige plus the cat, which is 60k, which means I will never be able to prestige this ever again. So right now it can't, like right now if I quick chat my Dark Beast, it says lots, but I wanted to say lots plus 60k because you can't prestige over 16. Abbey Demons 3, Crystal Shapeshifter 1, Erets I've killed 41,000. That's what I did for 200 mil Invention way back when. I feel like there's some other pretty neat ones. Tormented Demons, I've killed 12,000 Tormented Demons. Yeah, Crystal Shapeshifters was here, right? Yeah, 1 prestige on that. And then when we get into the boss kills, let's go into that. I'm just gonna go into the logs for every single one. I don't do a whole lot of Ambassador. A Rexor I need to do a lot more of. I almost have a finished log though, actually, at 355. This counts looks so much better than my Ironmans, but I've also killed probably like 2,000 more than this because KC I don't think existed when the boss came out. Lots of AFK Archglacior. Haven't really done a lot of bossing in general on this counts. 2 KC on that. Bros Brothers. Nothing impressive here really. Rots. Nothing impressive here. Beastmaster. 186 KC. I do have both of the pets and I'm just missing Yaka. Chaos Elemental. Nothing there. Nothing there. What am I missing here? I'm just going to open it up for logging purposes. Because my goal out of this video is really like, hey, this is exactly where the account stood at the start of 2024 and at the end of 2023. Because I want to start working on actually doing some logs on my main, because I haven't really given my main a whole lot of attention. Croceus. Yeah, a lot of this was actually selling. I used to sell Croceus leeches, so my account doesn't have a whole lot of items in general. Dognath Kings, nothing fancy here. No pets. Door. You could probably skip this part if you don't want to, and I'll sum up everything at the end. I do have the pet at Bandos. Giant Mole, not even gonna touch this one. Don't have the pet. Greg, don't have the pet. Haven't done a whole lot of this. The things that I have done, I've done a lot of. I don't have Shrimpy on this account. Hellware, I have not AFK'd this hugely, so haven't done a whole lot here. Hermod, I have done quite a bit of. I do the pets in my bank, and Hermod's essentially done. Hellfight Queen, or King, I kind of want to actually give attention this year, just because I think it's at a really easy stage. But I kind of want to go for that log at some point. Calfight Queen, haven't touched. This became significantly more AFK, so I might work on this. Carapac, done some hard mode. I learned hard mode at the start of the year, but haven't grinded it. King Black Dragon, this would be a nice AFK one to work on. Kriara, I did some AFK here, but I have not had like any luck here whatsoever. Krill, yeah, I did a lot of Krill this year. Zamorak, well, Krill specifically was worth a lot of money post Necromancy. So after 200 mil necro, I AFK'd a lot, and it took me a very long time to get these gloves. I think I was like 4,000 KC before I got these gloves. So it's 4,000 KC for log. So I've done a lot of Zamrock this year. Legions, I haven't really done a whole lot. Magister, I've done a lot when it was released, but I haven't done a whole lot since. I've actually probably killed closer to like 2,000. A lot of it was done before the log existed. Masuda, did a lot of ED1 like 4 years ago. So next, probably my favorite boss in the game. I've easily killed probably 5,000 or 6,000 of next, but all of it was before the log existed. So I wouldn't mind going back and killing it, to be honest. All this KC was somewhere between when they started keeping track, but they didn't have a log for it. Just some interesting things. AOD, all of this was essentially masked, but I actually haven't got a single drop to my name ever on 284 kills. I've done a lot of like 5-man or 7-man, and I still haven't gotten anything. Not one of my favorite bosses. Queen Black Dragon, OG, haven't really done since log came out. Raksha, nothing there. Raziel was this year. 3 items off log for this, so I'm pretty spooned here. I might try and finish the log out this year. Rex Matriarchs, haven't done a whole lot here. Phantom Guardian, just ED1, I'm not going to review those. Lots of Ancient Scales, not much more there. Solak, this is a boss that I'm showing 4KC now because I definitely want to learn this boss. I kind of learned it this year. I haven't had a single KC till this year, but I want to learn how to do solos this next year for Solak. So I'm starting at 4KC for that. Telos I am garbage at. I do actually want to hit Warden title this year for sure. All the KC almost is either from Reapers or the first week of release. I got to 198 or 190 in Rage on the first day and then never went back. I never pushed for it, I just did it for Reaper tasks, that's it. Twin Furies, same thing, haven't really grinded it for anything, just Reaper tasks. Zuck, this is the first year where I actually killed hard mode. I had 1 KC starting this year for normal mode and 0 KC for hard mode, and this log is very spooned. I'm missing 3 items for the log here, so this wouldn't be a bad one to revisit as well. Jad, I mean, it's just doing fight Ks really. I don't have Shrimpy. I haven't done a whole lot of ED2. I have AFK'd a lot of Greg. I have both the pets in my bank, but I'm super under drop rate for the Dragon Rider Lance, and the Crest of Zeros is probably one of my bosses. It's easily the boss I've probably AFK'd the most, and I've just got insanely unlucky here. Rago, very fun boss, a boss I kind of want to get into again. I just don't have time. I wouldn't mind learning to do a solo this year, but that's a pretty hard thing to do, in my opinion. Yakamaru, showed my log earlier, but 92 KC here. Missing essentially all the plate bodies and legs and the pet. Zamrock, Lord of Chaos, that came out, what, 2 years ago now? I have 1 bowstring. I did the loot from 10 hours of pushing and 10 hours of 99%. Essentially, that's all that's logged here. I think Zamrock's probably one of my most enjoyable bosses. I really have a lot of fun at Zamrock. So wouldn't be a boss. Would be a pretty good boss to revisit. And then Vorkaf, I have not killed it a single time outside of the quest. So that's also content I need to do going into next year. So that was a lot. That is my full account overview. I use this as a kind of like a benchmark for me to use in the future. Again, My main's worth is 29.1 bill on this account, and I am 200 mil all. That brings my total net worth to around 50.71 bill, or about 51 bill, rounding up slightly. This is probably like a 20 bill increase over last year, maybe even 30 bill. Hard to say. But going into next year, I don't know really what my goals are. I think it's going to be very money oriented. I'm still working on it. And then also just whatever I can make content over. So there's a few other things I want to go over, but they're going to be on the old school side. Alright, as this year was a year that they did Old School Runescape's leagues, I kind of wanted to show my progress for that as well, because I love Old School leagues. And I did a lot this year as well. So starting off, I maxed every single leagues. It's just something that's one of my goals. I also got Dragon Tier, which I have right now. Main focus this leagues was what it always is for me. My main leagues or goals going to leagues every single time is do content I haven't done before, get Dragon Tier, and max. Those are the three things I do every single leagues. This year was Desert. I've never done TOA before. I've never really used Mage before. I have two Makin Shadow, full Virtus, the Fang. I've done 500 solo and I did a 700 solo. I've never done TOA prior to this, so I was learning it. I was garbage starting off and I was teaching people towards the end of it. I have Scythe. Tob is just something I enjoy. It's super fun. So I took this from Amelia that I actually really wanted to have. Full Zanite, jewelry. Yeah, just a bunch of gear in general here. I can go to my KCs here in a second, but let's get into my bank. Actually, relics. I'll just show my relics this year. Endless Harvest, because I was AFKing. I kind of regretted this a bit because it made some of my AFK stuff too fast. Like I have 50 million woodcutting, 50 million fire making, 50 million cooking, 50 million fishing, and all those are things that I wouldn't mind to AFK longer. But it all worked out at the end. So 200 mil magic's the other like skill thing to call out, I guess. But Endless Harvest, Fairy's Flight. I was a fire sailor, no regrets here. Except when I was doing rune crafting, that kind of sucked, but I got 99 rune crafting essentially just from doing Guardians of the Rift anyways. So I went Magic, Infernal Gatherer. The combination of Endless Harvest and Infernal Gathering was really, really good. But I did hate doing clues. Fortune's Farmer is the only correct choice here. Berserker is the only correct choice here when you're using Magic. And Undying Retribution because it was fun and was great for learning some of the content. So Axe and Guardian was also super fun. For boss KCs, I think I can just do this and bang. Let's go with this. Rank 7,000. I could have been a lot higher here. It just wasn't my focus to go for ranks because they just set a hard point limit for Dragon Tier, which I think is way healthier than what they did in past leagues. Yeah, Hated Clears. I'm trying to think. I did 25 Theater of Bloods. I did do hard mode. It's not listing here, but I did do hard modes. I did some Leviathan, and then yeah, I got really spooned at tombs. 33 total tombs. I have 2 staves, and essentially everything I needed for tasks that I could physically do. And of course, I got the Infernal Cape. This is also something I do every single year, is I get the Infernal Cape. This year is quicker, but you're way more glass cannon-y, so it's way easier to kind of die. But this was so much easier than last year. But alright, yeah, that's my raids, my leagues account. I do have a secondary account that I want to show as well, but this account's my main. Even got Soul Reaper's Axe and full Virtus. This account got pretty spooned in some areas, but then it also went 150 superiors dry for a Heart of the Imbued. So let me show you one last account, and that'll be it for this year. Alright, this is my ult for Fresh Start Worlds. It did get all the relics unlocked. It went Trickster this time, Fairy's Flight, Banker's Note. I wanted to try that. It was a melee build. Essentially a lot of opposites, though I didn't take on my main. It was going to be a spec relic, or it is a spec weapon heavy account. My goal is to get an SGS and just kind of have fun. And then Executioner's Axe. So this was the secondary account I got. It has everything I really wanted for it. It could do Tob. I just wanted to show this off because I did get 2 accounts to tier 8 this leagues. This account was way more messy. It's got full bandos. It's got 2 Fire Cape, obviously. I didn't get Infernal Cape for that. That's all something I might do before leagues ends. BGS. This account got stupidly spooned almost everywhere, actually. I'll show you what that looks like. So in a 45 KC for bandos, it has everything, counting the hilt. 35 KC for the SGS. So yeah, this account got really spooned, and it was fun. It wasn't as fun as I thought it would be, which is why I kind of stopped playing it. But I wanted another account I could kind of help people with. But yeah, I had 2 accounts this league's that had all the relics, essentially everything unlocked other than Dragon Tier. So I just kind of want to show that one off, but that's everything. See ya. Bye.